Hi, I'm Pat Shirvington.
And I'm Leigh Hardingham.
I've been a full-time artist all of my life, and interesting thing was when I was at school I was always doing illustrations and cartoons of teachers, which resulted in being escorted out of the room. I've been painting most of my life, but the last couple of years I've been back to doing illustrations, and for this upcoming book I met up with Leigh and we decided to have a look at doing a story about frogs.
Yes, we did.
So
Pat sent me some images, and the first one that stood out to me was an image of 3 frogs in amongst the reeds on a pond, and I showed my 3-year-old daughter the image and I asked her what she saw, and she said that the frogs were dancing. So from there, light bulb went off, and I decided to make a story about a ballet concert where the frogs were the ballerinas, and that's really what triggered the book.
that's right, and it was quite amazing how once that trigger occurred I started to see more images of the frogs and discussed it with Leigh and the publishers. The beauty of doing a book, I guess, is to have everybody on the same page, because there's no point Leigh having one direction, I have another, and then the publishers say to us, it ain't going to work. So initially Leigh and I were throwing things back and forth, and the words he was throwing at me were just perfect, just fitted in. So
and then the images that followed really just suited everything, and from there we were able to put in musicians and someone selling tickets and an audience, and all these characters came into the story from there, and we were able to create almost like a little world in this little bush setting on a beautiful pond. And yeah, the concert occurs and there's a storm, and it flows from there.
yes, well, looking back it seemed to flow. There was moments. The first thing I did was I'd send Leigh and the editor, the designer of the book, thumbnail sketches, ideas, fairly loose, fairly sketchy, and Leigh was so supportive. He said, "Oh, that's great." I think he thought that was the end product. But with that, that gave me the stepping stone then to look at the outcome of the final images, which we have quite a few around us here, and basically that's how the book is born. And I think you had a few little hiccups as well, not hiccups, but along the way when you have put your heart and soul into something, you
there were some edits with a lot of the story, particularly in some of the stanzas where I think I had to reduce quite a few actually. I think I took 2 or 3.
Yeah, so you wanted to make it
too much.
It was going to be sort of as large as the War of the Worlds. It was a massive, a massive book. These are the things you learn too with children and their attention span.
Yeah.
And it was wonderful because we got on once again so well with the editor.
Yeah.
That it all just flowed and it came together as one kit.
Yeah, it started to simplify, and we were able to trim the fat a little bit, and it really started to flow. Yeah, once the editor came on board and we were able to start working with her, it really came together from there.
Yeah, and it was exciting. I loved it all the way. As I say, I'll never do anything, with my art or illustrations that I'm labouring on. I was enjoying every moment of these frogs, and very often through the process, it was raining, and just up the road, just up the bush behind me here, there was frogs croaking and enjoying the journey as well. So it came together nicely.
Did you have a favourite character, Pat?
The frog.
The frog.
The frogs. Oh, I think, is he here? The male frog. Oh, here he is, here in the sketch. The male frog caused a little bit of interest. Of course, he being cheeky, he's a typical Aussie male frog. He's bending over and showing his knickers. But those little things I think are cute, and children love a little bit of cheekiness along the way.
Yes, absolutely.
So we'll just see how it goes.
Yes.